What a beautiful day. Great to see trees again. I love this green right. Oh, sales. How's it going, everybody? You might be noticing this is a different park right now. Yeah, this sure it is because this is one of my favorite parks. Known this park for quite some time. And I have a couple fond memories here, man. That's for sure. But hey, let's make a new one. You know what I'm saying? This is now one of the few parks that you guys know of. You guys know about the one about sitting by the tree. You guys know have a seat. I'll put them all right here. There's have a seat. There's watch your tongue. And now there's this one. You know what I mean? And now this one, I feel like you guys are really gonna like. Get up, y'all. Come on. Don't do me like that. I had a perfect view and everything. Sit down, y'all. Sit down. Thank you. G's and P's, man. G's and P's. As I was saying, let me sit down now. Wait. Can you see me though? Can you see me? Let me see. There we go. It's a little crooked. There we go. Now, let's have a seat. Let's talk. So what's this video about, Sharp Talk? Well, goodness gracious. The thing I want to talk to you guys about is I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I want to let you guys know something. This video popped up in my head as well, just like the last video did, because I need to talk to not only just the empire, but people outside of the empire. Oh, and by the way, you guys might be noticing, like, man, how do you that, man? Can you even see? I can. I just got a retwist yesterday, but they look a little bent forward and whatnot. I had a bonnet on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the person that gave me that bonnet. But whole point being, let's go back to the talk. We need to speak on what we don't speak about in front of others, or at least the majority of the people we know, and that. It's hard. It's really hard living. I've been isolated for quite some time now. Still isolated and still unfortunately unemployed. Which, by the way, a lot of people are blaming people for not having jobs now. Wow. They usually be the main one. Hey, you just put that application in, huh? You better pray about it and not worry about it. You can't pray and worry about it. It's like mixing water with oil. They don't mix. It's not gonna work out. You know what I mean? It's not going to get you that outcome. So don't worry. Worrying is not going to get you where you want to be. Worrying is going to get you in a place that you thought about, but you don't want it to happen. But now that you're worrying about it and thinking hard on it, and you see it happen, you're like, what happened? What do you mean what happened? You just was it. Come on. But anyways, on a serious note, you guys, do me a favor and take this time. For those that are isolated right now, take this time and realize your faults. Always look at whenever you're in an argument or you're on the verge of something breaking, such as friend, relationship, look at what you did wrong first before you look at the other person. Especially if you're the one that knows the best. Because if you're this is where you're at. If you know better, you know what I'm saying? If you're the one at top and you know better versus the one that doesn't know any better, you know what I mean? If you don't ever stoop down to their level, they're going to always look at you. They're going to look up to you as that person that can't be better, and they don't want to accept you because they can't accept themselves. A lot of people in the empire can't accept themselves, and that really breaks my heart to hear. But whole point being is that you always want to sit back and look at what you did wrong first. That's something I wish I had thought of at the time. I had a whole mindset thinking it wasn't my fault. But during this isolation that I've had, it was my fault with a lot of things. Misunderstanding. A lot of it comes with misunderstanding. And a lot of times it's not our fault for misunderstanding, of course, but that's just something we inherit from you know, parents and whatnot, just people in general. That's where I get it from. No wonder why I have anger issues. No wonder, you know what I mean? But yeah. You know, as much as I hate being in this position that I'm in, you know, I haven't hung out with anyone in a while. You know, I rarely, I haven't hung out with anyone at all, actually, since like the start of the year. And I rarely get checked up on, you know. I'm always that person that checks up on them, you know. I'm not throwing a pity party, but I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? At least, hey, I'm the YouTuber that keeps it real. You know what I mean? But that is true, you know. You know, I've been the toad mater for everybody. But it's about time someone towed the tow truck, you know. But if I have affected you positively, please let me know. I don't know unless you tell me. Please, I'm being serious. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Shoot a text to me. You know what I mean? I don't know unless you tell me. Because if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm just somebody who wants to look more and more like the man above. The man that came down here and did all he did for me and then went right back up. The message of this video is the pain was necessary. And basically, long story short, everybody hates being in a position of isolation, unwanted isolation, that is, you know. Everybody hates it. I hate it. I hate this feeling. But I do know this, though. At least I know better. At least I know what and what not to say next time the Lord gives me an opportunity, man. And I'm glad I wasn't given the opportunity too early, because if I was, I probably would have mishandled it again, you know. Mishandle things. Mishandle how to do stuff. But I will say this, though. I did what a lot of people don't do. A lot of people. I don't recall like one person in my life that's ever done it. I thank God for the bad nights, for the painful nights. Because all I know is this. I leaned on my own understanding. And when you do that, you're wrong. It's happened to me before and it's happening now. That's why I thank the Lord for having so much patience with me. You know, I used to always think I was ready. Come on, Lord, get me out of this. Get me out of this spot. But I got to get rid of me first. You know, I have to deny myself, you know, and look at the other person's perspective. That's what you got to do. Especially if you guys have like best friends and whatnot. Look at their perspective. You know, but one powerful thing I want to tell you guys is the pain is unbearable, but it was necessary. Yes, it was. When you look at what happened to Lord Jesus, you know what I'm saying? He did not want to go through what he went through. At all. So much so that he was sweating blood when he was crying out to the Heavenly Father. He was sweating blood, man. It was bad for him. Because he knew what was up. He knew what he had to do. That's why he was asking, like, there's any other way I can do this? Let me know. There was no other way, but it had a purpose, though. It had a purpose. And you look at people like Job as well. You know what I'm saying? These are just examples I know of course, through the word. Look at Job in the position he's in. He's like, what's going on? All these, everything's failing around me. You know? But a lot of times it's just us as human beings that need self-improvement. And I'm glad I had that. I'm glad I'm having this opportunity right now to look at what I've done wrong. Because it's easy to look at them. It's easy. You know who I'm talking about. It's easy to look at them and say, hey, you mistreated me. You did this. It's easy to do that. I didn't do nothing wrong. What are you pointing at me for? Look at what you don't talk to them about. The things you know you did, but don't talk to them about. You know what I mean? Whole point being is there's a reason why pain happens. It sucks real bad, especially in here. But at least you know to help others, how to help others, how to understand better, and how to be at another person's level. You may be up here, that's cool, but humble yourself and be down here so you can know how it's like in their life. You know, that's the best way to do it. But like I said, you guys, just keep an eye on me. You know what I mean? I don't really have eyes on me. You know, I just have thoughts. It's just me. I don't like being in my head. I really don't like being in my head, man. But yeah, I'll just see you guys in another vid. And hopefully I'll make another inspiring video like this. This one's pretty short. At least I hope it's short. I don't know how long I've been recording for. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and see you guys in a little bit, you know. Keep improving yourself for me. And stop trying too hard. That's about it, man. But as always, man, want to learn the ways of STK? Hit that like and subscribe button down below. And you too could be part of the oh my gosh, STK empire. Had my eyelash. And as always, get home safe. Can I show you guys something? Look at the trees and look at the sky. It really makes you want to say, thank the Lord. Here's a round view. Love this, man. I love it, man. It's just a nice green circle. Cherish the small things. Things that are this small, that's what's going to keep you going, man. That's what's keeping me going. But I'm going to see you guys in a little bit, man. Have a beautiful day. I sure am. I'm going to have one. So you have one too.